Hello again, welcome to class 457. Let's continue with Luigi Barghini. And if you remember from yesterday, if you remember the story that Luigi's company is the #2 car seat manufacturer in Europe. They make car seats for Fiat, Volvo, Rover, and others. And for India, for Tata in India, they make car seats. Luigi's the chairman, and Anna Barghini, his daughter, is the managing director or CEO. Now, they are negotiating a contract with Mercedes-Benz for the production and delivery, producción y entrega, of car seats for the small models that Mercedes-Benz makes in Stuttgart. Now, they're in the middle of negotiations. They have not signed a contract yet. Luigi and Anna have gone to Germany several times, to Stuttgart, to visit the factory, to speak to the engineers and to the purchasing manager and to the top managers in Mercedes-Benz. And now there are 3 engineers from Stuttgart who are in Verona visiting Luigi's factory. It's necessary to see the operations, to see the factory, to see the manufacturing process, the quality elements, etc. So, Luigi is escorting, from yesterday, I'll repeat the first part. Luigi is escorting 3 engineers from Mercedes-Benz around his factory in Verona. He's showing them the different steps in the manufacturing process, los diferentes pasos, etapas del proceso de fabricación. He's showing them the different steps in the manufacturing process. Earlier in the morning, anteriormente, fíjate, más temprano en la mañana, es una forma en inglés de decir anteriormente, durante la mañana, earlier in the morning, he, Anna, and the technical director of the company spent 2 hours with the engineers in the meeting room next to Luigi's office. They went over every detail of a supply agreement. Repasaron en la reunión cada detalle de un posible acuerdo de suministro de asientos de coche. They went over every detail of a supply agreement. The technical director described the raw materials used in making the car seats, utilizados en hacer, used in making, in is preposición, making gerundio. The technical director, director técnico, the technical, se escribe technical, pero ese che se pronuncia como una K. Como en español, technical. The technical director described the raw materials, materias primas, the raw materials used, utilizados, in the manufacturing process. And, ¿qué más? And the aluminum used in the frames, in the car, making the car seats. Anna spoke about the company's fine record in deliveries and in quality assurance. Deliveries, entregas, livraison in French, the deliveries. The fine record, fine aquí no es fino, ni que estoy bien, I'm fine, thank you. Fine means de altísima calidad. El historial de alta calidad en las entregas y en la aseguranza de la calidad. In quality assurance, con A, quality assurance. Finally, Luigi explained how the car seats would be shipped. Condicional aquí, serían enviados. Voz pasiva también. Luigi explained how the car seats would be shipped to Stuttgart. Probably by train, I'm sure, by train. However, ahora empezamos, fresco. However, Dieter Mittelmann, the chief engineer didn't seem convinced. He was sitting, listening, but he didn't seem convinced. Yeah, he had never worked with an Italian supplier. Uy, tenemos un problema. He had never worked with an Italian supplier, and he was afraid that strikes could delay shipments and cause production problems in Germany. Okay, well, he's right to have this concern. He's concerned. Dieter Mittelmann is the chief engineer. Among the three, he's the boss of the engineers who are coming from Germany. And he doesn't seem convinced. He's never worked with an Italian supplier. This would be the first time that he personally would supervise working with an Italian supplier. And some German people believe that Italians are good for music, for classical music and for opera, but not for making car seats and delivering car seats. He's worried about possible strikes. Huelgas. A strike is una huelga. To go on strike is declararse en huelga. And it says, Dieter Mittelmann, the chief engineer, didn't seem convinced. No parecía convencido de todo lo que, of everything that Luigi, Anna, and the technical director were saying. Yes. He had never, pluscuamperfecto, nunca había trabajado, he had never worked with an Italian supplier, proveedor italiano, and he was afraid, tenía miedo, he was afraid that strikes could delay shipments and cause production problems in Germany. Okay, it's a valid concern, preocupación válida, ¿no? It's a valid concern. Si está preocupado que las huelgas podrían retrasar los envíos y causar problemas de producción en Alemania, porque no tienen los asientos. ¿Dónde está? Where are the car seats? There's a strike. Another strike. Otra huelga, another strike. Yes, he was worried. Anna Barghini, assured him, le aseguro usted, señor Mittelmann, Herr Mittelmann, okay. Anna assured him that the company had suffered only one strike in 10 years. It was a general strike throughout Italy, and it had lasted only 2 days. All right. A general strike means the trade unions or labor unions. Here in Spain sometimes, dicen huelga general, el día 8, and the trade unions. Sindicato laboral. En Gran Bretaña se dice trade union. Originalmente era como gremios, unión gremial, trade union. In the United States, we don't say trade union, we say labor union, unión laboral, que tiene más sentido for me, labor union. But here in Europe, in Europa, in Brussels, for example, it's more common to say trade union. Similar to the British word trade, the British expression trade union. Now sometimes, in some countries, France, especially France, Spain, Italy, sometimes the trade unions call a general strike. To call no es llamar en este caso, to call is convocar. And they call a general strike. And that's the case here. Anna Barghini, when Dieter Mittelmann, the chief engineer from Mercedes-Benz, expressed his concern about strikes delaying the production of the cars in Germany, Anna spoke up. Yes, Anna spoke up. ¿Dónde lo tengo? Anna spoke up. No, sí. Learn to speak up. Okay. Hacerte oír. Ana se hizo oír. Ana intervino. Ana spoke up. And she said, and she assured Dieter Mittermann, she assured him that the company had suffered only one strike in 10 years. It was a general strike throughout Italy, por toda Italia, a lo largo y ancho del país. It was a general strike throughout Italy and had lasted only 2 days. Toma 2 días de huelga general. She went on to explain. Siguió para explicar. Siguió explicando. She went on. She continued in order to explain. She went on to explain that the factory workers and employees in the company were paid well above the going rate in the area and in the automotive industry. Okay. This says that the employees and factory workers in Luigi's company, in Anna's company, are better paid than other companies in the geographical area and other companies in the automotive industry. The automotive industry es el sector de la automoción, fabricación de coches y componentes y piezas para la automoción. That's the automotive, the automotive industry. And she explained to the 3 German engineers that the workers and employees in her company are paid, son pagados, se les paga, are paid well above, below, above the going rate. Rate means la tasa media de pago, de sueldo. Above the going rate, below the going rate. Going means el que está en vigor, o sea, el promedio de sueldos en el sector y en la zona geográfica de Verona. So, there are 2 ways. When you pay your people, when you pay salaries, it's interesting to know how much people are making, how much people are earning in your area. For example, here in Madrid, for example. And also how much in your industry. En el sector de la enseñanza inglés, cuando se cobra, cuando se paga. All right. Y cuando en esta zona geográfica. And so what she said here, she says, Anna went on to explain that the factory workers and employees in the company were paid well above the going rate in the area and in the automotive industry. Luigi agregó, añadió, that he spent a lot of time with the workers and was proud of the spirit and collaboration on the factory floor. On the factory floor, curiosa expresión, en el suelo de la fábrica, o sea, a nivel fábrica, donde están trabajando. He said there's a good working spirit. Luigi added that he spent a lot of time with the workers and was proud, que estaba orgulloso él, del espíritu y colaboración a nivel fábrica. He was proud of the spirit and collaboration on the factory floor. If you remember from several months ago talking about Luigi Barghini, it was, he spent 2 or 3 hours every day on the factory floor talking with the workers, having coffee with the workers, telling jokes with the workers. There was always a very good atmosphere in Luigi's company. All right, finally, the technical director showed the 3 German engineers 4 different awards the company had received from different customers for the quality of their work. All right, an award is a prize, un premio. On the wall, there was an award from Fiat, another award from Volvo in Sweden, and another award from Rover in Great Britain. Rover, coche Rover, which now belongs to BMW. So, Finally, the technical director showed the three Germans, he showed the three Germans 4 different awards, 1, 2, 3, 4, the company had received from different customers for the quality of their work. 2 of the awards were from Fiat, all right, 1 from Volvo, and another from Rover, which was now owned by BMW. Aquí se dice BMW, we say BMW. The German engineer, the German chief engineer, Mr. Mittelmann, looked at them but didn't say anything. All right, what do we have here? Well, we have the visit of 3 engineers from Germany. And the chief engineer, his name is named Dieter Mittelmann. Now, they are a bit skeptical. Naturally, they are a bit skeptical. Skeptical. For 2 reasons. Reason number 1, they need to be skeptical because they need to be sure. Because it's very important. When you have a contract with a new supplier, many things can happen because there's a learning curve, what we call curva de aprendizaje, which means at the beginning, mistakes can happen. And so for a new supplier, the engineers in the client company need to be very, very careful. So they are skeptical, especially the chief engineer. But he's skeptical for a second reason. And the second reason is because he has never worked with an Italian supplier. And maybe he doesn't trust the Italians. I don't know. However, Luigi's company is a very good company. It's been working with Fiat for many years. It works with Volvo. It works with Rover in Great Britain. It works with India for Tata in New Delhi. So Luigi's company is the number 2 company in Europe. And to reach number 2, you have to give good quality and reliability. Fiabilidad, reliability. And so this meeting today, or this visit, the visit of the 3 German engineers, is one very important step in consolidating the agreement between Mercedes-Benz, between Luigi's company and Mercedes-Benz. So it's extremely important. The engineers have to go back to Stuttgart convinced that Luigi's company is the right company to supply the car seats for the small models that Mercedes is going to manufacture in Stuttgart. So they are visiting. Right now, Luigi is taking them around the factory. He's giving them a factory tour. He's taking them around the factory. He's showing them around the factory. Otras formas de decirlo. Or he's escorting them. Dice que escorting them around the factory. And of course, but these German engineers have seen factory operations 1,000 times. It's nothing new. But the engineers can look at certain things. They can look at the general workflow. They can look at the cleanliness, la limpieza de la fábrica. Little things you notice. Notice si hay descuidos o no en la limpieza misma. Only in the cleanliness. If the factory is dirty, probably the German engineers will think twice before reaching an agreement. So now Luigi is taking them around the factory. He's showing them around the factory. He's giving them a factory tour. Previously, earlier in the morning, they had a meeting. And in the meeting, they covered practically everything. They covered everything necessary to reach an agreement for a supply contract, a supply agreement. Luigi spoke to them about how shipments would be made to Germany, how the car seats would be shipped to Germany. Ship es barco, pero embarcar y enviar mercancías se dice to ship. to ship, aunque sea por rail, sobre el ferrocarril. Seguimos con la palabra ship, con el verbo to ship. Te lo enviaré por tren. I'll ship it to you by train. To send is enviar, puede ser una carta. But to ship is enviar géneros, mercancía. So, Luigi explained to the three engineers during the meeting earlier this morning, Luigi explained to them how the car seats would be shipped to Stuttgart. Anna explained to them the quality record, el historial of quality for the company. And the technical director, he explained, what did he explain? The raw materials. He explained the nitty-gritty. He explained in more detail the raw materials used in making the car seats and the aluminum or aluminium used in the car frames. So, however, Dieter Mittelmann continued skeptical. he didn't, yeah, very good. The meeting was in English, by the way, because the Germans don't speak Italian, and Luigi and Anna and the technical director don't speak German. So the meeting was in English. We think it's very important, the German Dieter Mittelmann. I think the problem with strikes, and Anna Barghini says, the problem with the strikes, so we have no problem with the strikes in Italy. In the past 10 years, there has been only one strike, etc. So you can imagine the interesting sound of the English between the Italians and the Germans during the meeting and during the tour of the factory. But it is true that Dieter Mittelmann, the chief engineer, was worried about strikes. Con razón. Rightfully, he was worried about strikes. But Anna said, listen, in this company, we don't have strikes. We've never suffered a strike. We lost. In the past 10 years, we've only lost 2 days because of a strike. And it wasn't a strike in our company, it was a general strike throughout Italy, all over Italy, called by the trade unions. So, and besides, the workers and employees in our company are well paid. They are paid well above the going rate in this area of Verona, in this area of Italy, in northern Italy, and they're paid well above the going rate in the automotive industry. You have Fiat, Alfa Romeo, Ferrari, etc., and all these things. Even though we make car seats, which isn't very romantic, the workers are well paid. We have never suffered a strike. And so, and then they showed the German engineers the awards. Los premios de la Academia de Hollywood are the Academy Awards. So an award es lo mismo que a prize, un premio. Pero suena incluso mejor, an award, than a prize. Aunque se dice premio Nobel, se dice Nobel Prize. Los premios de la Academia de Hollywood, los Oscar, the Academy Awards. Ahora, como verbo, to award, además de premiar, es adjudicar. Entonces, compete a los alemanes adjudicar el contrato a Luigi y su compañía. En el futuro, quizás. The idea is to award Luigi's company the contract, to award the contract to supply car seats. And we'll see. But awards son premios también. So, hey, on the wall, framed, enmarcados, they have 4 awards. 2 for quality, 2 from Fiat in Turin, la Juventus de Turin, 2 from Fiat in Turin, 1 from Volvo in Sweden, and finally 1 from Rover, which doesn't exist anymore because it was absorbed by BMW. Now, Dieter Mittelmann, he's not a very talkative person. He's not a very talkative person. Marta's a talkative person. She talks a lot. She's a talkative person. Me, I'm not a talkative person. I don't talk very much, except when I teach. Then I talk a lot. All right. So that's what it is. The German chief engineer looked at them, los miró, los premios, looked at them, but didn't say anything. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? Are they going to be awarded the contract? Will Anna and Luigi begin making car seats for Mercedes-Benz? Will the purchasing manager of Mercedes-Benz, Carl Polster, continue with a potential relationship with Anna Barghini? Well, we'll find out in the future. So if you want to know the future, if you buy the book, you can move ahead and read the future. But whatever. I'll see you tomorrow.